How's it going, everyone? About that time, story time. Don't know how long this is gonna be. Feel free to just have it in the background while you're doing some chores or something. So this is the roommate from college from hell. Uh, I was young. I was 22, so there are things that I regret probably how I responded and handled the situation. So, I don't think he's like the worst guy, but we definitely had our differences. So, first and foremost, most people they live in the dorms. This is during my graduate years, and I stayed in the dorms. And most people stayed in the dorm, 1 or 2 years. I kind of made the mistake and stayed there for entire 4 years. Now there are positives and negatives. The positives is that you don't have to cook your food. You just go to the cafeteria. Although the food was so unless you like to cook for yourself, I guess you can see that or view that as a positive or negative. So I did the dorms the first year, and then the second year I was gonna move in with one of my buddies that I met in the dorms. We were gonna get an apartment, but then his long distance relationship, his now ex girlfriend, decided to move up, so they ended up living together. So I was kind of the odd man out at the last minute, or I don't think it was last minute. I think he told me before, so I just stayed in the dorms. After that, I you know just got lazy and just said I'll just stay in the dorms, whatever. So anyway, uh, it's my senior year, and I lived in a 3 bedroom double. So there's 3 rooms. It was a suite, very small, 3 rooms and 2 people in each room, and mine was my roommate, obviously, and the other 4 people, they were cool. I can't remember all of them honestly, but we weren't close. But I had no problems with them. So anyway, this all started. The first month or so was fine in the dorms, and then I recall one night I woke up in the middle of the night and it was so hot. Now, granted, it was the fall time, but we had a universal thermostat, and you can control it, and it would affect everyone in the dorm. So I woke up in the middle of the night, and it's like a bunk bed, so the heat obviously rises, and I don't think I got a bloody nose, but it was so hot I was like burning up. So I went to the thermostat, and I found out it was on like 80 degrees or something ridiculous. And I'm just like, I just turned it down a few notches. Lo and behold, I don't know, I mean, this is a long time ago, so I don't remember all the details, but I have pretty good memory. Lo and behold, the next day or something, he says out loud to everyone, "Who turned down the thermostat? Who turned it down?" He's kind of said it in a very antagonistic way. And this guy is about maybe 5'9", 5'8", 5, whatever, 5'9", 5'10", who cares? And he's a pretty big guy, Hispanic guy, probably north of 250 pounds. He's basically overweight. I would consider him obese. And I don't know, the other people in the dorms, including myself, are smaller in stature. I am 5'5.5", and you all know my weight. I'm pretty light. So I don't know if he was just trying to use that as intimidation, but he's like, who put it down? What the heck? I'm freezing. And then I just said, yeah, it was me. And he's like, don't be turning it down or something. And I don't take shit from a lot of people, and I don't like bullies. And so I just straight up told him, I said, hey, I just turned it down. I'm freaking hot, and I turned it down. No big deal. And he just kept saying it. Well, don't be turning it down. And that's when I interjected, and I just said, you didn't make up. It should be by vote, majority vote. Okay, it's a democracy. Well, I don't know if I said it exactly like that, but I do recall saying, who makes the rules? You're not the god. You don't decide to make the rules. You don't just out of the blue, out of thin air, make up the rules and it's your way or the highway. That's a bunch of BS. So I called him out on it, and that's when the relationship started. And then after that, kind of just didn't talk to each other that much. And I'm kind of dating myself. Well, I am, but that first year in the dorm, or that year in the dorm, we had internet, and it was still 56K dial up. If you remember the AOL, it goes like. So when that happens, and most people back then, I didn't have a cell phone. If you are on that dial up, and I didn't have a cell phone, I would talk to my mom. She would try to call, and this guy, and I'm trying to keep it cordial. I'm not trying to slander him too much, but these are just the facts, especially at the time. He would be on the internet 24/7, doing God knows what, watching porn, I don't know. He didn't go out much. I don't think he had that many friends. So he was always there. So every time I'd go study and I'd come back at 6 p.m., it didn't matter what time of day. He was always there. I'm like, damn, like, just go somewhere. You know? Anyway, he is on the internet constantly, and because it's on the dial up, it's clogging up the phone line. My mom would try to call me for like days on end. And one time I just got really upset because my mom tried to get through and my grandma wasn't doing well, and I told her the situation, that he's constantly on the internet. I think he was like downloading music, and then I told him, and I said, oh, and the other thing, he didn't even like leave me messages when my mom called, and that just kind of pissed me off. So he was doing all this petty crap. And what else? Yeah, so I called him out on it again, and I said, like, you're constantly on the internet. We had a bill of like 15-20 bucks a month, and I'm entitled to use the internet too. And he's hogging up like 90% of the time, and I'm not getting phone calls. So I called him out on that again. He didn't like it. What else? Oh, what put it over the top is I think my buddies know about this because we did a rap song on it years ago. I used to do some rapping for fun, and you know how we have to. I had to, let's say excuse me, my internet was about 10 bucks. He'd have to pay 10 bucks, and it would go to me, and then he would just give me $10. One time he came and he just gave me $5, and I came back to him. I said, "Hey, where's my other $5 for the internet service?" And this cocksucker says, "You used one of my band-aids without asking me," which is true. I had a cut somewhere, and he wasn't present at the time, one of the few times. And the band-aid, it wasn't like tucked away. I didn't go through his drawers or anything. It was right by the desk, right in the front. And yes, I guess technically I should have asked him, but this was before some of the stuff had escalated. It had actually de-escalated at that point. So I told him, I said I used a band-aid, and he just like flipped out over a band-aid. So he tried to charge me $5 for it and wouldn't pay me my $5 for the internet. He took it out of the internet bill for a band-aid. I was like, this is stupid. So based on principles, I went to the RA, the resident advisor, and I told him, I said, yeah, I used that one band-aid, and now he's like not paying me $5 for the internet. The RA comes with me to the roommate up to the room, and he explains the situation, tells him politely, "You use the internet, correct?" The guy's like, "Yeah." "So if you use half of it, you're gonna have to pay him." And he's like, "I'm not paying him. He took my band-aid," or something stupid. And then the RA's like, "No, you need to pay him. If you use the internet and use half of it, you're obligated to pay half of it." He still wouldn't pay it. Me and the RA, the resident advisor, walked away, and the resident advisor said, "Don't worry about it. We're just gonna somehow credit you and dock him or something," and it ended up working out. So this stuff was just going on, off and on, and he snored as well, like a lot. So even when you're trying to get some peace and quiet, he's snoring. So like the person like you absolutely despise, he's like a couple of feet away from you. He's doesn't help that he's overweight and he's snoring. It's like shut the f up. So it's getting to that point where it's getting to that boiling point because I definitely you push the wrong buttons. I can go into K rage, Korean rage, and I have a temper. I'm not proud of it, as I've said in previous videos. And then I'm not sure what exactly the straw that broke the camel's back, so to speak, but I just remember it was a Saturday night. He was in the room sleeping already, and he did something to just piss me off. I think I was on the internet and he purposely disconnected it while I was doing something, and I flipped the F out. And I went on about and I'm not even exaggerating. If you were to time it, it probably was at least 5 minutes, 6 minutes, maybe less, but 4 to 6 minutes of a verbal tirade that I went on. Everything just came out. I was cursing up a storm. I probably shouldn't have handled it that way, but me being young, see it as a cop out. The brain doesn't fully develop till 25, and I was 22, and I've done a lot of stupid crap before 25. I'm not perfect now at this age, but I just was like, da 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 da, f you, you're a you're a bitch, no no no, and I just like get your ass out. You want to say something to my face, and he wouldn't say nothing, and then last couple of things, he because I think he majored in criminal justice or criminology. He falsely accused me of things missing from his side of the room, which is absolutely 100% false. I never took anything. I have nothing to take. I mean, what the heck am I going to take? His wardrobe? I mean, he's like 4XL. I mean, 3XL. I'm a skinny guy. He's like, well, I've been noticing things missing. I was like, well, you are incorrect. So he tried to report that I was stealing things even though I wasn't. He did have ADD or ADHD, and he mentioned in the past before we had this fallout that, he can't remember things and he gets distracted a lot. I'm not trying to, make fun of him about that, but, he just was in his own head. And then, last but not least, I got another argument with him, and then was kind of raising my voice maybe a little bit, and he automatically was like, "You're being too aggressive," and he called the campus police on me. So the campus police comes. It's like the end of the year. They're probably expecting it the other way around. This guy's way bigger than me, and he's calling the cops on the a smaller guy. Now I like to think I have like some muscles, but back then I was much skinnier without muscles, and it's just kind of funny to me that he felt that it was a threat. Now I'm no bully, but he kept pressing me and pressing me and pressing me, and the campus police was like, just stay away from each other. You have like a couple more weeks to graduate. But he called the campus police on me. It's like, oh my goodness. So that is pretty much it. That's the whole experience. I've always been a person to want to. I'm social, but I need my downtime, and this situation has 100% made me never want to have a roommate. Now I'm married now, so that's different. But uh, after graduating, I've always lived on my own, with the exception of getting married. I would rather, which I did when I finished school, I'd rather pay rent on my own, live in a small studio, rather than deal with other people. Now, not everyone can do that, but that's just my preference. So yeah, if you made it this far in this video, thank you so much for listening. It's a trip down memory lane. If I were to see him again, we were young. He didn't do nothing too catastrophic. I'm sure people have had worse roommates, but we just personalities just clash. Let's just keep it moving. Hopefully, no hard feelings. And that's it. If you have any stories on crazy roommates, let me know in the comment section, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.